Yeah, it's been such a journey to get to this point, and there's been a lot that's happened behind the scenes. We felt like we were getting our show out there a little bit. It was a tough time in the industry. There was a giant contraction, of course. Not a lot was getting picked up. I mean, people were really battling out there to get their stuff seen or to get their stuff greenlit, and we're sitting here with a show that's already shot because we had done it independently again. So we had gone out there a little bit, but we also didn't feel like we were quite getting the shot that we deserved. And there was, some changes in the places that, worked with our show and were representing. And so we love the folks that helped us get on Hulu in the beginning, but we felt like we wanted to make a change. And then we wound up partnering with Sony, and that was a game changer for us. They've been great, and they had a great plan for us, and they really understood what's going on with season 2 and beyond with the show. So we trusted them, and we just wanted to wait and see what would happen. And thankfully, it's all worked out. And now that we can, share with everyone that the show is going globally on Netflix, is the biggest dream for us. You're going to all these territories that it hasn't been to before. It's obviously Netflix, which is just huge. So we couldn't be more excited, and are super grateful to not only Netflix but also Sony for taking us on. I think we've done it before, and we do believe in what we've got with the show and the way we tell this story, the folks that are involved with it, and what everyone brings to the table, and that passion for the project, and people willing to work hard to get this done and offer their services at rates that are affordable for our show. It all just fuels the energy of look, we can get this done. We feel like we can make something good, and at the very least, there are opportunities for you to get it out there. If you don't have that major deal. And so we're like, look, we'll go that route if need be, and we'll do everything that we can to help our investors get their money back and all that stuff. But we just, from the beginning, it's been, you can wait for people to tell you yes, or you've got a lot of resources at your disposal if you're willing to work hard for them. And we wanted to just keep going. And that's what we've done from the beginning. It's been this little engine that could in indie TV, and we want to keep doing it, so we were just like, let's go for it, and we'll deal with it on the other side. There was definitely a little bit of all right, where can we go? And there were certain things at the time when we were going to shoot season 1. We have a lot more of what Kriebahine and Alexandra Park, what they bring to the show. They're in season 1, but they're not quite as prominent as James and I's characters. So you see the 2-hander between us, but in season 2, you're going to see a 4-hander, where you're really going to get more of what's going on in their lives, which I'm super excited for people to see, because they're phenomenal in the show. They're such great actresses, and they do such a great job that people are going to enjoy their roles in the show, I think, a lot. Yeah, well, you hit the nail on the head there. How's it going to take a toll on their friendship? You're going to see how is their friendship evolving as they're trying to figure out their own stuff. You're seeing a lot of them trying to lean on each other to figure out their business in season 1. And now there's an understanding of don't want to hurt another person, and I have a lot that I need to work through. So I think you're gonna see some of that, and how, all right, between Jeremy and Seth, how are they focusing on what they need to focus on, and try not to get in each other's way. While also, they've got their relationships. Jeremy's dealing with a divorce, and Seth is trying to make a relationship work. So, a lot occurs right from the jump. We're going to pick up. You're going to see what happened with Jeremy after that cliffhanger from season 1, and how he's had to change his life a little bit. Yeah, I think from the jump, it was really about the starring in it and the writing it. James came to me first approached with the show idea. I was like, hey, should we write this, and let's see what we get. And that experience was a positive one, and we enjoyed the writing process, and we just, it was one of those things where it's it started going, and it just kept gaining more and more momentum. We're like, this is fun. This is a show that we want to see. So from there, I knew there would be an opportunity to probably direct, which I wanted to. There was one episode where I was like, I feel like I got a good handle on this. And because our budget's so tight, we can't hire a bunch of directors. It was like, all right, this could work out in our favor. Just step up and do it, and we'll figure it out on the fly. You've got the Nelms brothers there, Michelle Lang, our whole producing team. They've all got directing experience. So I was like, hey, if there's any time to really try to take on some directing while also being on camera, but have a great team that can help you around you, now's the time to do it. So yeah, I first went to James. I was like, hey, this episode, I feel like I got a good handle on directing this one, and he was like, yeah, dude, let's go for it. So super happy to do that and do a couple more episodes in season 2, and it's something that I always wanted to do. So
I love that, and what better place to do it and get comfortable than on your own project.
I will say though, you definitely I'm learning limits, right? Because we're just used to taking on as much as we can for the show, but you're finding out like there's certain things of like, all right, there is too much at some points when you got to focus at the end of the day, make sure what we're getting and what's on camera, what's there for the story is at a caliber that we expected. And yeah, there's times where we've run ourselves so thin, and it's like we just have to ask for somebody to help pick up the slack in another area. And that's the best part about the team, is they're there to do that whenever need be. But that was a learning experience for season 2, because season 1, it was like, okay, I have a grasp on this. Let's go into season 2 and take all that we've learned and really just elevate it. But season 2 presented its own set of challenges that we had to get through. So now I'm still in that, like, okay, now we learned how to handle that. Let's go into the next season, and like, maybe this will be smooth sailing. No, it's not. It'll never be that way, but we love the process. Yeah, we've got some ideas. I think that you're seeing this group of friends that while trying to maybe go off and do their own things, are getting pulled back together for different reasons. They've got a tie to a show that they were on back in the day. They've got their relationships. So you're going to see them, for better or for worse, continue to get pulled back together, and how they kind of like are pinging off each other like little atoms is going to be interesting.